Okay, we'll begin the Planning Committee of Akron City Council. Welcome, everyone. Sunny afternoon. I believe all members are present here, so I'm going to ask them to approve a motion to accept the minutes of the last meeting.
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Okay, cool. We have 3 items that are up for public hearing today. And for those of you that are here for the public hearing, just to let you know, the procedure is that we will, first thing we'll do is swear in everyone who wishes to speak before the committee this afternoon. After that, we will then read in the proposed conditional use request, or what the public hearing, we'll read that in. We'll get a report from the planning department on that. Then we'll open up the public hearing and request people speak in favor, then against. After that, we will then ask the committee if they have any questions, perhaps of the petitioner or of the administration. After that, the committee will not make a recommendation this afternoon. However, this evening, we're going to repeat that whole process again. After that process, we'll then make a recommendation to all of council, either in favor, against, or to table the item, take time, refer, what have you. And then we'll address it next week, possibly. So that's the procedures for everything. At this point, I'd like to ask a representative from our law department if they would like to swear in anyone who is here that wishes to speak before the committee this afternoon.
Okay, if you wish to speak before the committee, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth? If so, please say I do. Thank you.
Thank you. Very good. The first item that's set for a public hearing today is an ordinance approving with modification the renewal application of Amy and Robert Dunkler to have agricultural property at 1395 Collier Road placed in an agricultural district pursuant to ORC 929. Mr. Antonucci.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, committee members. Amy and Robert Dunkler are requesting renewal of agricultural district designation for their property at 1395 Collier Road. Dunklers have 16.12 acres of land devoted for agricultural use. Agricultural designation will provide financial benefits in the form of property tax relief. The designation status would cease upon request for city water and sewer, and planning staff recommends approval.
Thank you, Mr. Antonucci. Very good. At this time, we will open it up for comments from the public in reference to the first item that's up for a public hearing, reference the 1395 Collier Road Agricultural District proposal. Is there anyone here wishing to speak in favor of this proposal? If you can please step to the microphone and provide for us your name and address, we would certainly appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Amy Dunkler. My address is 1015 Perry Avenue of Barberton, Ohio, and this is my husband.
Robert Dunkler, 1015 Perry Avenue, Barberton, Ohio.
Thank you.
Yeah, we just love the farm. Hopefully that we can continue farming, and anything that you guys can do will help us tremendously.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming down.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else here wishing to speak in favor of the proposal at 1395 Collier? Anyone else wishing to speak in favor? Anyone? Okay. Anyone wishing to speak against the proposal at 13? We have to do this. The lawyers tell us. So anyone against this proposal at 1395 Collier? Anyone against? Very good. Seeing none, we'll now close the public hearing and we will open it up to the committee. Is there any questions or comments from any committee members at this time? Mr. Swirsky.
Just a quick comment. I've been in that in Dunklers, and I know that they provide reasonably priced, very beautiful flowers and plants, and it's a real asset to actually not only just the city of Akron, but the region. So thank you for your years of service.
Thank you. Further questions or comments from any committee or council representatives? Anyone? Good. Thank you so much. We will now move on to the next item and invite you back this evening at 7 o'clock if you'd like to attend. After that public hearing, we'll have a recommendation. Item number 2 is ordinance authorizing conditional use to establish a production kitchen and market at 462 Harvey.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, committee members. Let's Grow Akron is proposing to establish a production kitchen and retail market at this location. A kitchen, a prep and storage area, and a retail market will occupy the first floor of the two-story, 864-square-foot colonial house. The second floor of the dwelling would be utilized as office and storage space. Production kitchen and retail market will be operated approximately Tuesday through Saturday from 9 in the morning to 6 at night, with 1 to 3 employees on site. With one of their market gardens and headquarters located across the street, the vacant dwelling at 462 Harvey is a logical location for the proposed store. Because the location is adjacent to the Ohio and Area Canalway Coalition, Summit Lake Trail, it's anticipated that a mix of vehicular and pedestrian users will visit the market. Proposed production kitchen and retail market should assist Let's Grow Akron to meet the increase in demand for their canned products and spices. They now manage or support over 65 community gardens throughout Akron and run various educational programs, including the Summit Lake Neighborhood Farmers Market. Last year, 3.5 tons of fresh produce was grown citywide and made available to the community. The proposed location is in a low-density area, and the proposed use should not be intrusive to neighboring properties. Let's Grow Akron has been a stable and positive enhancement to this neighborhood, and the proposed use is harmonious with the Akron Civic Commons Summit Lake Vision Plan. Both Planning Commission and Planning staff recommend approval subject to conditions.
Thank you, Mr. Antonucci, for that report. At this point, though, I suspect there may be someone here who may wish to speak to the committee that maybe should be sworn in before they speak. So I'm going to request the law department swear in. If there's anyone here wishing to speak in favor or against any conditional use up and coming this day, to please be sworn in by a representative of our law department.
If you haven't already been sworn in, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth? If so, please say I do. Thank you.
Very good, thank you. Yes, it is indeed. Well, as a matter of fact, I was going to open the public hearing, ironically, and if you would like to say anything to the committee in reference to this conditional use request at 462 Harvey, please feel free to, and please provide for us your name and address.
I'm Lisa Nunn. Address is 467 Harvey Avenue, Akron 44314. I don't have a lot to add because that write-up was so well done and well read. Thank you. Just thank you for considering this, and also just clarifying that this is a project still very much in the planning stages. We don't quite have all the funding and all the pieces put together yet. I do think that it has value to help move our work forward. And also, just to clarify that this is a very small space, so it would be a small production kitchen for the products that we make and sell as a fundraiser, and also a small retail space also for our products. Not trying to start a corner store or a market, honestly, just for fresh fruits and vegetables, and then the value-added products that we produce there.
Perfect.
And
Thank you so much.
much-needed storage. So thank you again.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll ask again, is there anyone here wishing to speak in favor of the proposal at 462 Harvey? Anyone in favor? Anyone else? Anyone against? 462 Harvey. Anyone against? Anyone? We'll close the public hearing and open up the committee for comments and/or questions. All I want to say is that your reputation with your organization is outstanding. We're hoping everything works out well, and we're going to open up to questions now. Any questions, comments? Mr. Swirsky.
Yeah, I just want to thank Mrs. Nunn for her years of service to our community, and we are a better Akron because of you.
Very good. Further questions or comments? Anyone? Okay, cool. Again, we'll invite you back this evening at 7 o'clock. The committee will make a recommendation one way or another at 7 o'clock. Thanks for coming. Now, ordinance number 3 on your new list of legislation under public hearing. Ordinance authorizing conditional use to construct an addition onto a commercial building at 80 Cole.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair, committee members. Manuel Smart, owner of Timeline Construction, is requesting permission to construct an addition to the existing commercial building. The addition would be located on the south side of the structure and measure 40 feet in width and 90 feet in length. Would be 47 feet from Getz Street, flush with the present west face of the building, and would feature two 14-foot overhead doors facing Getz Street. The masonry block walls would be painted to match the existing building. A paved area extending from the west face of the addition within 5 feet of Getz Street would provide vehicular access to the building. Petitioner states the addition is necessary to secure additional vehicles and equipment for his expanding business. Planning staff is the opinion that the proposed expansion of the business will not have a detrimental impact upon the neighborhood. A short length of solid fencing or landscaping will be necessary along the south edge of the expanded pavement area to screen the house to that side. Building addition meets all setbacks, and the use of the addition for storage of equipment and vehicles has a low level of activity. Petitioner's business is growing, and his commitment and investment in this neighborhood is notable. Both Planning Commission and Planning staff recommend approval subject to conditions.
Thanks, Mr. Antonucci. We'll now open up the public hearing. Is there anyone here wishing to speak in favor of the conditional use request for an addition at 80 Cole? If you'd like to provide for us your name and address, we'd appreciate that.
My name is Manuel Smart, 80 Cole Avenue, Akron, 44301. I'm the owner of Timeline Construction, and I want to thank you for your consideration and allowing me to build this addition so that I can continue to grow my business. That's it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming this afternoon. Is there anyone else here wishing to speak in favor? Anyone in favor? Anyone? Okay, anyone against this proposal at 80 Cole? Anyone against? Anyone? Hearing none, close the public hearing. Now we'll open it up for questions from the committee. Any questions, Mr. Kamer?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to make a comment to the committee, let them know I met with the petitioner, spoke to him, drove by the property. This is actually a neighborhood that this really needs some sprucing up. Some good development is needed, so I appreciate this coming in, so I do support it, though. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kamer. Any other questions or comments from any committee members or council members? Okay, hearing none, we'll now move on to the balance of the agenda, of which I'm going to recommend time, short of any questions or concerns from anyone. Okay, hearing none, we'll now move on to the new list of legislation. I believe we have two pieces of legislation to come before us. Number 11, authorizing the mayor or his designee to enter into a contract or contracts with the Board of Education of the Akron Public School District for the Community Learning Center's Akron after-school program in order to provide learning enrichment activities.
Thank you,
Hardy?
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. This legislation is identical to those passed in previous years, other than the date. So we are renewing our commitment to help fund Akron After School, which is a long-running program through the Akron Public Schools, providing enrichment and educational opportunities for those students that need extra time, particularly in our elementary schools. We are also, and we would obviously be coming back to City Council for this if it's not included in language here, we also seek 21st Century Learning grants in support of this program as well. So we are not the only funder of the program. The Akron Public Schools puts money in, and then also we seek grant funding. So I had an opportunity to meet with Desiree Bolden and the folks that run the program in Akron Public Schools. Their data speaks for itself, and with your support, we'd like to continue for another year. And this is a year-to-year commitment.
Great, cool, thank you. Is there any questions or comments from any committee members? Mr. Swirsky.
Yeah, I had the experience of teaching in this program at maybe too many different elementary schools, but it was good for me to be in those schools. And I just think, considering that there's other sources of funding, this and the impact that this program has, and how critical it is to the cohesion of a lot of families, it's a wise investment, whatever we spend.
Okie dokie, thank you. Further questions or comments? Anyone? Very good. Is consent okay?
Yes.
Okay, is there a recommendation for consent?
Recommendation for consent.
Is there a sec? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Ayes have it, 12. Approving and confirming the appointment of Sarah Jo Hansen as a member of the Board of Zoning Appeals. Mr. Segedy, we'll let you start off.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. Mayor Horgan would like to recommend Sarah Johansson for an open slot on the Board of Zoning Appeals, and I believe her resume was provided. She's got a great resume as an architect and is also an Akron resident, and I believe that she or any of us would be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Very good, thank you. I had the pleasure of meeting Ms. Johansson previously. I don't know if you want to say a few words or not, or you're more than welcome to, if you would like to say a few things.
Just thank you for considering me for this opportunity. I would really enjoy, serving my city in this way.
Thank you. Thank you so much for stepping up and doing this. We really appreciate it. And your resume speaks for itself. Also, Kenmore, Ward 9 resident, which we applaud that, of course. And at this time, we'll open up to any questions from anyone else here. Any questions from any committee?
I'm just going to go off and just say this. I don't know how many females we have in that area, but I am glad to see yet another one. So congratulations. Look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good comment. Any others? Okay, very good. Is there a recommendation for suspension of the rules with a favorable report? Is there a second? Second. All in favor signify by saying aye. The ayes have it. That's it. Anything else come before the committee? Hearing none, just to, excuse me. Excuse me, Mr. Keith, the committee, I said earlier that all members are present. Samples is not here. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.